So, in our class, we have been talking about why it is so important to take care of the earth. And one of the reasons that it's so important to take care of the earth is because there are natural resources that come from the earth. So, when you think of a natural resource, what do you think of? Well, maybe you think of some things that are on this picture, like a leaf or a raindrop or a tree or a rock. Let's look at why natural resources are so important. So we use natural resources every day in our lives, and these natural resources come from the earth. So wood is a natural resource, and that comes from trees. Metal, we use metal a lot to make pipes and wires. Even you can make a desk from that. We also use something called ore. It's a rock and it contains metal. So natural resources give us things that we need every day, like food, water, or shelter, and clothing. They even give us fun things like TV and cars. So what do we do, or where do these natural resources come from? What do we do with them? How are they used? Can you think of something that's in your room right now that comes from a natural resource? Maybe you're looking around and you see a bookcase. That came from wood. That's a natural resource that you have. So there's lots of things that we have for fun and lots of things that are very important that we need, and those are natural resources that come from the earth. It's one of the reasons we need to take care of the earth. So when you think about plants, did you know that plants not only make our food, but they make lumber, wood, paper. You can use it for makeup, medicine. Your clothing might come from plants and cardboard. All those things come from a plant. Animals are used to make things like food, clothing, leather, wool, and fertilizer. When you think about rocks and soil and minerals, those things are used to make concrete, bricks, salt, jewelry, and glass. Those are things you might have in your room right now. Oil is used to make plastic, fabric, and fuel. Water, we need water every day. Water is great for bathing, washing, drinking, cooking, and growing food. Metals are used to make tools, building cars, wiring, tools, and jewelry. So we have plants, animals, rocks, soil, and minerals, oil, water, and metals. Those are all natural resources. These are renewable resources that can be replaced in nature that we're going to look at now. So plants are an example of a renewable resource. Plants will grow again once their seeds are in the soil. You can have more plants. You have water that is a renewable resource as well. If you've heard of the water cycle, you know how it is something that goes over and over and over. A non-renewable resource is a resource that can't be replaced by nature. So these are things that we have to use very carefully. Some of those are metal ores, coal, and oil. Those are something that we can't use over and over and over again. Just like coal is used to make electricity. Once you use it, you can't use it again. So when we're using our resources, we need to make sure that we are using them wisely. Some things that, some things around you are natural and some things come from natural resources but are made from people. So plants, rocks, and soil are all natural. But did you know that bricks are made by people, but they come from a natural resource. So they're a natural resource from the earth, but people use them to make other things. So let's review real quick. Everything people use come from natural resources. Some resources are renewable, so you can use them again, and they can be replaced. Some resources are non-renewable. They cannot be replaced once they're used. And people must use resources carefully so that they are not wasted, which is what we are focusing on, making sure we use things in our earth in the right and good way.